Alright, I would say it's about damn time that I made this tier list, considering I made a clothing tier list, and a hat tier list, and a sites tier list before this one, and this one is rather a bit more important than the other ones that I've made. But, you know, with the Lighthouse expansion has been fully added, and Streets of Tarkov is going to take another 3 years before it finally comes out, now seems like a fairly solid time to do this. We're going to start with the newest map, Lighthouse. It's not very good, I'm not going to lie. I don't like it that much. First of all, it is a rat's dream. There is just so much random loose loot on the place that it's pretty freaking ridiculous what this one map did to the economy when it was first added. I'm not sure how much the spawns have been changed. I know Marin is not nearly as good as it used to be, but holy crap was that car key ridiculous when it first came out. But talking about the map as it is now, it is still fairly easy to get quite a bit of money from the map so long as you know where the loose loot spawns are. That being said, I don't like it very much. One of the biggest problems this map faces is that it has 2 points of interest for fighting or PvP or any kind of player interaction whatsoever. The chalets and the rogue camp. The chalet is almost completely picked through within the first 3 minutes of the match, and by then everyone has moved on and has made their way to the rogue camp. Then you're fighting rogues, and the rogues are completely annoying. There's many things wrong with the rogues. They're not particularly hard to fight, considering the best way to fight them is to camp out and hold a ridiculous angle and then snipe one of them from 200 to 300 meters. But if you actually start to get in close with the rogues, you're starting to face these completely ridiculous people who can see you, are completely immune to recoil, and I think they're scripted to miss like 1 or 2 shots, and then the rest just absolutely laser you down. Speaking of which, I would like to know how 2M855 is capable of tearing through a slick. The amount of times it seems like you get hit twice, you'll hear 2 audible gunshots, and then 37 rounds just tear through your abdomen, completely eviscerating you into nothing. And they do this with M855. It's ridiculous. What kind of double tap root beer did these assholes steal from Black Ops and are now just downing in an ungodly amount within the rogue camp? Does it stack? I don't know. But it's ridiculous, it's annoying, and honestly, I really don't like fighting these guys. Worst of all, they don't have a good reward. Their gear is not good. You'll get a few attachments here, you'll maybe get a gun of value there. The rest of their stuff is, oh, he has meds, and he has M855 and TCWSP. Yeah, TCWSP, screw you. We're not even going to give you M80, because that would be far too good. I get why they do it. They wanted to prevent people from just farming these guys and getting good ammo really, really early into the wipe. I don't see why that's an issue, considering that the people who are going to have the time to grind these guys out religiously and get really high-end ammo are going to grind out traders instantly anyways to get really high-end ammo, so I feel like with them being banned off the flea market, it doesn't make a difference. It's only going to affect us filthy casuals who don't have 40 hours a week to pump into this game, so that's a little frustrating. Finally, we have the expansion. It's kinda cool. You go over there, you get a quest item, you get some small loose loot here or there, and oh, by the way, there's already a scab there. A scab spawned there before you were even able to run across the giant land bridge because, oh, scabs spawn in after 5 minutes, and then they're just there. They're already there, they're already waiting for you, they're already looting half the stuff. Why are they able to spawn in the points of interest before PMCs can even run there? They're able to spawn in the water treatment plant. Why is that a thing? Why are scav spawns so freaking ridiculous in this map? I hate that so much. But, yeah. The problem with the expansion is scavs can spawn there immediately. There isn't too much over there. You can't run up to the Lighthouse because it's not in the game yet, so instead you just get your face ripped off by a sniper. And worst of all, there isn't an extract over there. Why is there not an extract on the expansion? There should be. You're making this death run all the way across this bridge to just get to the damn place. Now you're gonna grab, you know, that one quest item that you can also find on Shoreline, but I'm not going to Shoreline, and run your ass all the way back. Why? There really should be a boat or something out there. So yeah, I don't like Lighthouse that much. I'm gonna drop Lighthouse into D tier. Alright, Lighthouse rant over woods. Woods is a very good map in my opinion. I like it quite a bit. It's one of the few maps in the game where you are completely able to dictate how your raid is gonna go. If you want that heart-stopping PvP that's just ridiculous with, you know, DMRs constantly chucking bullets at you, you know, the occasional grenade or two, just head on over to Sawmill. You'll find other players there, and you can get dug into some pretty intense fights. You want to have those insane sniper duels where it all boils down to you being able to predict your opponent's moves and try to plan so that they can't predict yours. You just hang out around the edge of Sawmill. It's pretty easy to get into those engagements. And if you want to ignore all that crazy crap and just go for the money, just don't go to Sawmill. Literally go anywhere except to Sawmill. You won't run into too many people. You'll occasionally run into a guy or two at, like, you know, the USEC camp, or what's that? The military medical area. But, you know, ultimately, if you run up to Scab Village, you run around there, most of the time you won't run into people, and you can get very rich, considering Woods has very, very good loot spawns back there. So I do like it for that. I also like that it's one of the more chill maps in the game because, you know, there's not much fear in lying down and looking around waiting to see a head pop up somewhere. And if somebody kills you, well, guess what? You just died. I think it was Alfred Hitchcock. I don't know. I don't want to sound like, I'm smart. There's no fear in the bang. There's only fear in the anticipation of it. Woods is the epitome of that. You either are just chilling and looking around, or all of a sudden your head just got ripped off by M61 or M80, and you get jump scared really quickly, and then it's back to the lobby. So it's one of the more chill experiences in Escape from Tarkov. It's the most unique map. I think it's the biggest change of pace from the other ones, because the other ones still will rope you into these close range battles, so I like that it's fairly unique. Also, Sturman, his loot isn't fantastic, but he's also not too hard to kill. I also really like that you can instantly tell when he's on the map, considering that his gunshots just completely alert the entire map of, hey, Sturman's here, come on. So yeah, I think the loot to effort ratio on him is pretty good. Overall, I think this map is a solid B tier. Customs, I could ultimately just say Customs is S tier and move on. We all know why this is arguably one of the best maps in the game. In my opinion, it has the best balance of loot value and PvP. It has a solid scab boss that isn't completely over the top, ridiculous, annoying to fight. Occasionally, a Rishalagard will roleplay as an artillery cannon and launch a grenade that explodes overhead and instantly murders you, but that's pretty rare, so ultimately they're not too terrible to fight, but they do pose a, you know, somewhat of a challenge, so it makes them worthwhile and fun to fight. There are different areas for each PvP playstyle. You want, you know, long to medium range, you go to big skeleton. Open and dynamic fighting, but, you know, short range, you go to the fortress. It's a fairly solid place to fight people. You want that very close-in, ridiculous fighting, you either go to Crack House or, you know, Dorms exist. Dorms is a fantastic place for that ridiculous PvP that's just in your face. There is a part of the map for each playstyle and each weapon, so that's very, very nice. The quests aren't completely terrible, the extracts aren't ridiculous, and it doesn't take you 10 years to do a single raid. You can burn through one of these raids in 10 minutes, so it's an S tier map. I don't feel I need to elaborate further. Alright, let's talk Reserve. Reserve is not as good as it used to be. This used to be my absolute favorite map in the game. Then they went and nerfed all the loot. Now, that's not exactly terrible. I like the map more than the loot, and you can still get a fair amount of money if you just run around and, you know, pick up loose loot from containers and stuff like that. It's not terrible in that regard. It is terrible in the fact that the primary point of interest is the bunker. That's pretty much it. Most of the PvP you will have on this map is down there. Now, I have heard from friends as well as in my own experience, PvP has started to ramp up again outside of the bunker, but most of the time, if there's going to be an intense, ridiculous fight, it's down in the bunker. That has its positives and negatives. For one, it's really, really nice to know where you can go to just have a ridiculous fight with some pretty geared boys. It's really annoying in the fact that if you are not gearing yourself for the underground area, you can't PvP that rate. So, yeah, that's a little bad. Also, the loot is just pretty terrible. There's no area of the map that just has good loose loot. You either have to kill raiders or just loot a ton of boxes, unfortunately. So that's not great. Gluhar is an annoying boss to fight. He very rarely will give you anything that makes fighting him particularly valuable. His minions are ridiculous and will follow you through the fourth dimension. He's just not very worth fighting, especially since the only thing you're really going to get from him is Gluhar's guns and maybe some M80 and some like M856A1. But if you're looking for anything better than that, good luck, you're not getting it. Also, extracting is pretty annoying because if you don't have Red Rebel, you either get to wait for the train or you're going into the rat's nest. D2 is infested and terrible and an exit camper's dream. So I wouldn't recommend going down there. So yeah, with all that, I'm just gonna say reserve is A tier. Maybe it's a little bit of nostalgia. Maybe it's just me having a very personal bias towards it. But you know, I like it. And now we arrive to a part of the video that's probably going to be pretty controversial. I do not like labs. I don't like it that much. And you want to know why? I will readily admit the reason I don't like labs is because I'm bad at this game. I do not want to go to a place where I have to shell out a lot of money just to get in, where 90% of the time I'm going to get murdered by Uber Sweat Swamp Supreme over there. That's what labs is. It is a playground for the people who have a lot of time to put into Escape from Tarkov. I am not one of those people anymore. I used to be one of those people, not anymore. The only rooms that I know people really go to now are black, violet, and yellow. Yellow is not super expensive. Black keycard, people find them or they barter for them, but that barter is gone in 2 seconds, so good luck. And violet keycard, I have a friend who's found 4 of them this wipe, and I am very bitter and angry towards him for that. But beyond those, there's not really a reason to go here, and if you don't have those, there's not too much just loose loot like there used to be, so you can't just get uber rich off this place. And once again, unless you're an Uber Sweat Swamp, you're just gonna get absolutely demolished in this place. So yeah, I really don't like labs. That being said, I understand why people do like it. So I'm gonna put it into C tier because I have a pretty neutral opinion on it. Factory is my labs. It is the labs of the casual. It is the place you go where unless you have a quest, you're going here because you want to fight other people. And Factory is very, very, very good at that. It's very, very, very fun for that. There are a few issues. Quests can be super freaking annoying, solely because of the fact that, stand in this very open area looking at a blinking red light, putting a tool set on it, hoping some guy doesn't just walk up behind you and, you're not having a good day when that happens. Especially the one where you have to go in at night with 3 gunpowder shoved into an alpha container. Yeah, I feel bad for you if you don't have a gamma for this quest, and you just have to sit in the breach room and put crap down. Why does it take 90 seconds to go and then just leave? That's how long it should take. You just shove a bag in there and walk out. But for some reason, Therapist wants it hidden in the damn floorboards, so that's really annoying. That being said, they're not too terrible because you can get right back to that spot if you die pretty quickly, and if you go in with a 5-man, you only got one other guy to worry about. If you go in with a 5-man, Factory just turns into a place to mess around and have a little bit of fun. You can screw with the last guy by, forcing him to play Russian roulette or just role-playing with him, and it can be really funny. And if you go in solo, then you have entered the PvP playground and you are looking to, shoot the crap out of another person while he shoots the crap out of you. And when one of you is dead and the other one is severely wounded, the guy who's healing himself hopes that some angry, roided Russian man doesn't run up behind him and smash his skull in with a sledgehammer. It's a fun map. That being said, it's very one note. It's not going to offer you the very dynamic gameplay that every other map in Escape from Tarkov will, where each raid feels unique. So it's very fun, but it is a little, one note. So I'm going to put it into B tier. Ho ho ho, now we're gonna have some fun. Hopefully I don't rant too long on these maps. Interchange. Hey, do you like seeing things? Well, you're gonna hate this map. featuring a contrast slider that is way too freaking high for some reason. The corners are darker than the latest Batman film, and the other areas stick out and are brighter than the damn sun. It is really annoying to play this map because of the way the lighting is. Another problem is pretty much every key is basically worthless. You know, you used to have Ultra Med or Kiba. Kiba wasn't even that good. Kiba, you would occasionally find, oh, there's the thermal, oh, there's a red rebel here, holy crap, that's like a 1 in a million. Otherwise, you found regular guns. But for some reason, they decided, oh yes, it's too powerful, now we're gonna tear all the good crap out of it and just put garbage in here. You know this centerpiece of the map that's incredibly dangerous to go into? Let's make it worthless. They did the same thing to Ultramed, and it's really frustrating because that was why people went on this map. It was for the loot. Now the tech stores are basically empty most of the time. The key rooms are garbage and not worth the price. And of course, scavs are able to spawn inside before the players get there for some stupid reason. Yeah. This map is not it. If you catch me playing this map, it's because I'm level 42, I've spent enough with Ragman, and now I just need to do his quests. But this map is not good. I really don't like this map. And it sucks because it used to be decent with the loot. The lighting was still terrible, but the loot made it somewhat worth it. Nowadays, it's just terrible loot and terrible lighting, so there's no point. The best way to make money on this map is to collect the food from Ollie. Yeah, you know these areas that used to have advanced weaponry or, you know, high-tech computer components? Yeah, they're worthless. Go to the damn supermarket, grab cans of tuna, and you're gonna make more cash. Oh my god, that thing's going into E tier. Haha, Shoreline. I feel like I've ranted enough in this video. I could write a damn novel about how much I hate this map. Oh my goodness, I do not like it. My problem with Shoreline is mostly due to the ridiculous quests, but the other issue is, you know, you take Woods, a map I like, and you take Customs, a map I love, and you mesh the two together, and you get this piece of crap. A singular dorms-like area where you can find decent PvP if you're able to maneuver through the terrible audio that is still garbage. And around it, you're gonna find vast fields of nothing and vast fields of literally nothing. The only reason people play this map is money. Every time I meet people who say, oh, I love that map, and I go, why? They're like, oh, you get good loot. And I'm like, do you like fighting in it? No. I despise this map. It's just an inferior Customs mixed with an inferior Woods. Why do we have to go to the same locations every time for the same quests? Peacekeeper, you absolute... Yeah. It falls into the same problem. Most of the rooms aren't that worth it anymore. The only stuff that's really good is the safe rooms and the stashes. So yeah, I utterly despise this map and shall now cast it into the infernal abyss beyond F tier. It can go literally anywhere else. I do not care. It doesn't deserve to be on my list. I hate this map. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this installment of Levi mentally deteriorates while he rants at a random iPhone in his room. I don't know why I'm looking back here. This is the point of the video where I've removed all the effects and now it's just me looking at a blue screen that I've hung up on the wall. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video. It really, really does mean a lot to me. I hope you found this video entertaining. And honestly, I spouted a lot of my own opinions in this video. I'd genuinely love to hear what some of yours are. Also, the engagement is nice. But, are there people that enjoy Shoreline? That's a genuine question. Again, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. It really means a lot to me. I hope you enjoyed. And as a reward, you'll get to see the other poster I have of different planes. This is deep lore on the Levi YouTube channel. And as you can see, we've got a Hawker Hurricane, Curtis P40, and of course. So, yeah. I've already said thank you so much for watching, so now I'm just going to awkwardly walk at the camera and turn it off. Bye.